And the winner is Laura Poitras for CITIZENFOUR. Unfortunately, Laura is currently in the US and on advice of counsel has not travelled to the UK since the detention of David Miranda under the UK Terrorism Act. She very much hopes this will change, but in the meantime we have someone here to read a statement on her behalf. Please welcome her colleague and CEO of BRITDOC, the UK distributor for CITIZENFOUR, Jess Search.
Hello everyone. I'm really sorry Laura isn't here because you'd really enjoy her. I've had the great privilege and great pleasure of working with her over the last few years, and I can attest, as indeed can Anthony Romero, who presented the previous award, that she's as upstanding and courageous and modest and fun to be with in her private life as she is in her professional life. So I'm sorry you haven't had the pleasure, but she has sent me this statement which I'm going to read on her behalf. Thank you for this great honour. I'm especially honoured to be receiving it from Liberty. I'd first like to acknowledge my fellow nominees for their inspiring work and for showing us that art and culture promote human rights by fostering understanding among people. I'm so sorry that I can't be with you today. I've been advised by my lawyers not to travel to the UK. The British government's use of the Official Secrets Act and Terrorism Act threatens journalists reporting on the mass surveillance programmes revealed by Edward Snowden. This award belongs to Ed. His motivation for coming forward is very simple. He believes that in a democracy, citizens should be informed of the actions of their governments. He believes that in a democracy, we should not have secret courts and secret interpretations of laws. When Ed first approached me, I knew very little about the British intelligence service GCHQ. When I was in Hong Kong meeting him in June 2013, he said something that surprised me. He said that GCHQ was worse than the NSA. He went on to describe the program called Tempora. In fact, we just saw the clip, which conducts full-take intercept on all of the internet communications transiting the UK. 2 weeks after meeting Snowden in Hong Kong, I flew to London to film The Guardian reporting on the Tempora programme. That was the last time I travelled to the UK. When I arrived in the newsroom, I was struck by something palpable, a pervasive sense of fear. The British Official Secrets Act means that publishing such information, despite its obvious public interest, is dangerous. I learned that every news organisation in the UK had been issued D notices following the first stories published in Hong Kong. The D notice is a voluntary censorship system where the government asks media organisations not to publish information concerning state secrets. And as a result, other media in the UK did not republish the Tempora story. A few weeks later, GCHQ oversaw the destruction of The Guardian's computers containing source material provided by Edward Snowden. GCHQ and NSA want us to believe that they only target the bad guys, but the documents tell a different story, a story in which they target the communications of citizens suspected of no wrongdoing. The NSA calls this the golden age of signals intelligence. In this golden age of signals intelligence, GCHQ and NSA target people like engineers at European telecoms. They send other undercover agents to pose as delegates at climate change conferences, and they collect the phone calls of entire countries. Some people say that they have nothing to hide. Yet if the government asked to put cameras in our homes, there would be an outcry. Those cameras already exist. They're on our laptops, and they can be turned on remotely. Our phones can be turned into microphones, transmitting our conversations and locations. We've seen the UK and US governments setting up cell phone towers at demonstrations to monitor who is attending. I currently live in the former East Germany. She's in Berlin. Living in Germany gives me hope that we can change the course that we are now on. People in Germany have a concrete memory of the threat that this kind of state surveillance poses to democracy and to our very social fabric. Snowden's disclosures have managed to change our consciousness. It's now up to us to pressure our governments to change their policies. Thank you.